First section is closed test. Climate change has become one of the most pressing challenges. Climate change has become one of the most pressing challenges of the 21st century. Rising temperatures, sea level increase, extreme weather events have dashed millions across the globe. So context is started in a negative way. So because of these temperatures, rising temperatures, sea level increase, extreme weather events, what have they done? They have done millions across the globe. Have before the blank have is given V3. All are V3s only. They have displaced, they have empowered, they have impacted. Empowered means what? Empowered is nothing but making somebody giving somebody employment is empowering. Giving necessary skills is empowerment. Giving necessary abilities is also called empowering. Giving necessary education is also empowering. Giving some power. Giving somebody some power to somebody is empowered. So climate change, negative climate change have empowered millions of people. Displaced or impacted? Answer 1 or 3. What is displaced, sir? Removing, uprooting or evicting. To force something or someone out of its usual place or position. Somebody comes and makes you, come on, get up, this is my position, my sitting position, you get up, I will sit here. That is displacing, evicting. Floods displaced thousands of people. Climatic change displaced thousands of people. So can we take displaced in the context? Climate change have not displaced any people. If sea level increase happens, if sea levels increase, what happens? Indirect effect of floods. So millions means millions of people. Millions of people across the globe. So this is temperature, rising temperatures, sea level rise, extreme weather events have displaced millions of people across the globe. Removed millions of people. Impacted is absolutely correct. So only 3 or 1 3. Fourth option or third option? Take fourth option, 1 and 3. Millions of people across the globe, despite decades of warning, despite warnings kind of negative, despite warning, global carbon emissions continue to dash. Now warnings happened, decades of warning happened. Decades means every 10 years, more than 10 years of warning happened. Global carbon emissions continue to dash. They continue to, temperatures are going down, emissions, no. Escalate means go up, yes. Fluctuate means changing up and down is fluctuate. So answer 2 or 3 or 2 and 3. Global carbon emissions, in spite of many warnings, chala warnings ainappatiki, it is still growing. Answer only 2. First option is the right answer. The Paris Agreement, as countries struggle to balance development with sustainability. The Paris Agreement was a significant milestone, positive, aiming to dash global warming to below 2 degrees Celsius. So agreement aiming to reduce global warming to below 2 degrees Celsius. Okay. Aiming to limit, yes. Aiming to avoid 2 degrees Celsius, no. Answer 1 or 2 or both. So answer 1, 2, 5 option. What shall we take? So what is this agreement? Paris Agreement was aiming to reduce global warming to below 2 degrees Celsius or aiming to limit global warming to 2 degrees. Is it above 2 degrees or below 2 degrees now? Now for us, so aiming to reduce or aiming to limit? Take both 1 and 2. Aiming to reduce or aiming to limit? However, now context is changing. Whenever however comes, context changes. Earlier positive is there, however comes, it becomes negative. Earlier negative is there, however comes, it becomes positive. However, actual progress has been slow, largely due to lack of binding commitments, no strong commitments, and enforcement mechanisms are also not there. Several nations dash domestic priorities over environmental concerns. Now, what nations are doing, what countries are doing, they're giving importance to domestic priorities. They are not worried about environmental concerns. Several nations prioritize domestic priorities. Okay, prioritize those priorities. Marginalize, abandon. Abandon means what? Leave. Abandon is leave. Marginalize means what? Separate, alienate, isolate. Treating a person or a group as insignificant. Giving less importance. Giving less importance is marginalize. Treat a person or a group as insignificant. Insignificant means not important. Same is the case. We love our quant and reasoning, and you try to marginalize English, and English will take revenge on you. Same is the case with current affairs. Some of you don't read current affairs. You marginalize current affairs, and that will take revenge on you in mains. Ask the students who have written mains examination but could not get the job. Ask them about the current affairs importance. They'll tell you. So do not marginalize any subjects. Treat all equally. No partiality. So marginalize is treating somebody something not important. So several nations are prioritizing domestic priorities. Yes. Marginalizing, giving less importance to domestic, no. Abandon means leave, leaving domestic priorities, no. Answer is first option. All countries are worried about their country related problems, not environmental concerns. Answer 1 only. Which has delayed meaningful action. Because of that, action got delayed. Nevertheless is nothing but however. Civil society and youth movements have emerged as powerful voices, compelling governments to act urgently, pressurizing. Compelling, pressurizing, both are synonyms. Compelling governments to act urgently or pressurizing governments to act urgently. Inviting governments? Not sure. We can take 1 and 2. Third option. Long-term climate resilience will depend on collective global action. Equitable technology transfer, financial support to developing countries, without which global climate goals may remain dash. Without financial support, what happens? Without global action, without collective action, without technology transfer, without financial support, climate goals may remain elusive. Elusive means what? Difficult to get or catch. Difficult to get, difficult to catch, difficult to achieve, difficult to understand. Sir, English is elusive, sir. Difficult to get, difficult to understand. So, yes, possibility is there. Climate goals may remain elusive, may remain achievable. No. May remain neglected. Yes. We require 3 things. Now, last is talking about solution. What is the solution? Collective global action is needed, equitable technology transfer is needed, and fund. These 3 things are needed. Then only climate goals will be successful. So without which climate goals may remain neglected or elusive. Answer 1, 3, both can be taken. Fourth option. Elusive, difficult to find, difficult to catch, difficult to achieve. Elusive, slippery, evasive, avoiding. Some students may not understand what we faculty are teaching. So then our lecture is elusive. If you don't understand, it is our lecture is elusive. Sometimes you don't understand the meaning of the sentences spoken by your friend. Those sentences are elusive, slippery. Now error location. Have you seen this error location? Error will be there in 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts. Is it difficult or easy? Difficult. Scientists are conducting extensive research on the effects of climate change on marine life. They are conducting ing, okay. They are conducting research on what? On effects of climate change on marine life, may be correct. Initial findings already plural. When plural noun is there, only V1, suggest, okay. Initial findings suggest a sharp decline in coral reef populations. Okay. The report also includes recommendations. It excludes recommendations for mitigation strategies and community awareness. There is several species. Several is always plural. Several, many, few, plural. So there are several species that are already threatened. So definitely error is in the 3. Oh, sorry, 4. 4 error is there. In each question passage, you will find out how many parts contain. So there is an error in this part, several species. Any other? Is there any other error in any other part? Scientists are conducting extensive research on the effects of climate change on marine life. Okay, all up yes, okay. Initial findings suggest a sharp decline in coral reef population or populations. You can eliminate yes here. Whenever we talk about different groups of population, then we can take plural, but here he is talking only about coral reef. So we can consider that an error. The report also includes recommendation on. Recommendation for, no, recommendation on. Comment on, recommendations on. Or recommendations of strategies. We can take, there are 3 errors. First option. Many young entrepreneurs are turning to social media. They are turning to social media, yes, correct. To promote their startups, all appear okay in the first part. They use platforms like Instagram and LinkedIn to reach a wider audience, okay. Creative content and regular engagement. 2 things are mentioned here. Creative content is one aspect, regular engagement another aspect. So it becomes they helps wrong, they help. Only we are talking about content, creativity content helps. Only regular engagement then helps. So error is present in the 3rd one. This trend reflects the changing landscape of modern business practices. This trend singular V1 yes, okay. Reflects the changing landscape of modern business. Error is present in this part, third part, right? Yeah. Any other errors? First one, error free. And they use platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn to reach wider audience. A is not needed to reach wider audience. A is not needed. Audience can be group of people. So A audience is not needed here, wider audience. More number of people. Any other error? Creative content and regular engagement help building brand identity. This trend reflects. It reflects on the changing landscape. It reflect always takes on. So 1, 2, 3, 3 parts contain error. Answer is 1. After years of research, the vaccine was finally approved for public use. Is it correct? After years of research, it was finally approved for public use. Okay. Health workers across the country began the immunization drive with urgency. Okay. The rollout was smooth and no major complication was reported. Experts praised the coordination and speed of the response. All appear okay except one. Except the third part. After years of research, what happened? Vaccine was finally approved. Finally, LYV3, okay. Approved for public use. Correct. First one, no error. Healthcare workers across the country, all over the country, correct. They began the immunization drive with urgency. Okay. Urgency now. The rollout was smooth. Error is there. Experts praise the coordination and speed of the response. Answer only one part contains error. Fourth one. The museum houses a rare collection of manuscripts. A rare collection of manuscripts. Museum, singular noun, houses, V1, yes, correct. Dating back to the 12th century. Okay. Visitors can explore various exhibits, each telling a unique story of the past. Audio guides are available for those who prefers wrong, those who prefer. Those who prefer, because here who means those means people, plural. Those who prefer a self-paced experience. The staff is courteous and always willing to answer queries. All appear correct. Error is only in the first part. To ensure safety, all passengers were required to undergo a thorough security check. Luggage was scanned and suspicious items were flagged for further inspection. Okay. Officials remained vigilant. Vigilant means careful, alert. They remained alert throughout the process and followed the protocol strictly. The passengers appreciated the efforts of the security personnel. Yes is not needed. Personnel is nothing but group of army, group of soldiers. So personnels, no need. Personnel is enough. Error is only in fourth part. Any other error? All passengers, plural, they were required to undergo a thorough security check. Correct. A thorough security check. Luggage was scanned. Luggage uncountable, singular, it was scanned. And suspicious items were flagged for further inspection. Correct. Officials remained alert throughout the process and followed. Answer only one part contains error. Fourth option. Now, idiomatic expression. Sahil and Neha, both engineers, solve problems the same way. इधर ओकेलागा सॉल्व చేస్తారంట दो लोग एक ही तरह सॉल्व करते कहते their bosses joke that it's working with clones. Why do bosses joke? Because these two fellows are working like clones. They are like Xerox copies in working culture. You know, two peas in a pod. Have you seen any beans? Have you seen any bean? When you open it, two pods will be there. Two seeds. Two seeds are similar. Two peas in a pod. Two peas in a pod means both are similar. Cut from the same cloth. Both are almost similar. Birds of a feather. Do you know birds of a feather? Birds of a feather flock together. Are you a happy student or a sad student? A happy person always sits with a happy person. A sad person always sits with a sad person only. Sad person sits with sad person. Happy person sits with happy person. Do you know that? If you are happy, first, for example, I am a sad person. I came first day in my class in CCE. Then what happened? I sat on one particular bench wherever space was there. When I sat, what happened? I am sad. But this fellow is laughing, happy, being happy for everything. Then what do I do? This fellow is becoming happy for everything. No. My wavelength is not matching. Next day, another bench. Next day, when I sat on the other bench, my neighbor was complaining, hey, this is not good, that is not good. Same wavelength now. I'll sit with this person. A sad person always wants to sit with sad person. Happy person always sits with a happy person only. What kind of person are you? Are you sure? Men are not saying anything. Men are not saying anything. A sad person always listens to sad songs only. Crying songs only. A happy person, you give a sad song, he will throw away the earphones. I don't like these songs. He wants dancing numbers. Enjoying. Birds of a feather means same. If you go to marriages, all drinking fellows are in one room. Birds of a feather, same feather. All card playing fellows are in one spot. Birds of same feather. So birds of same feather means people with similar qualities. People with same interests. Think. Two peas are in a pod, similar. Cut from the same cloth, similar. Birds of feather, similar. Devil's advocate, contrarian. This is opposite. Someone who argues against a position for the sake of debate. Do you know contrarian? For example, I'm telling like this. Shall I tell a story? Yes, sir. Everybody said yes. Somebody said, sir, no, sir. This fellow is a contrarian. He wants a contrast. Majority, everybody is saying yes, I want no. That is contrarian. Opposing. Challenging. So what is the answer for the question? Cannot be used to describe them. 1, 2, 3 synonyms given to the given question. Answer is 4. Whenever a tough situation arises, Arya remains calm and handles it without panic. Our teammates admire her composure. Composure is nothing but confidence, not going down. Cool as a cucumber. How many of you are cool as a cucumber? The pressure does not affect me. Stress does not affect me. Question paper cannot frighten me. Calm under pressure, cool as a cucumber, same meaning. Cool as a cucumber means very calm, composed, relaxed. Hot-headed means what? Very rash, impulsive, immediately gets hurt. Impulsive, rash, fiery, aggressive. Hot-headed is aggressive. Virat Kohli is hot-headed. Mahendra Singh Dhoni is cool as a cucumber. Unflappable is nothing but calm, composed, like cool as a cucumber. So therefore you can easily tell answer. 1, 2, 4 synonyms. Odd man out. Third option, hot-headed. Because they are asking cannot be used. Rakesh always volunteers to take on extra work. Do you take on extra work? We don't do our own regular work, sir. How can we do extra work? He takes on extra work, never complains, and motivates others. His colleagues always depend on him. Rely on him means depend on him during every deadline. He is a go-getter, team player, backbone, slacker. Do you know go-getter? Go-getter means you tell something, he will finish it off. You give a chance, that fellow utilizes and finishes the task. That fellow is a go-getter. Just a chance is given, that's it, he can do it. That is go-getter. A person is very energetic, determined to be successful. Ambitious, driven, energetic. చూసి రమ్మంటే కాల్చి రావడం, go-getter. Doing more. So this is a synonym to the given question. Slack is always loose, lazy. You can write down this synonym. Slack is nothing but lazy, lethargic, idle. Are you a go-getter or a slacker? Those who are responding, go-getters. Those who are not responding, maintaining non-cooperation movement, slackers. Go-getters, same meaning. Team player, yes. Backbone, cannot be said. Fourth option, slacker. Have you done the passage? No. You have attempted all sections except passage. Huh? Whenever other sections are tough, passage will be easy, according to me, whatever I know, whatever I have seen. Passage is also hard? Wow, very good. Let's see. What can be inferred about the G7 effectiveness in addressing geopolitical issues? Where is it? How did G7 effectiveness address geopolitical crisis? Where is it? Let me read first paragraph once. The recent G7 summit in Kanaskis, Canada, marked the 50th anniversary of what was once deemed the elite club of global economic leadership. So it is got 50th anniversary, it seems, G7. Earlier it was a global economic leadership club. Now it is G7 summit. 50th, for 50 years they are doing it. However, see, the earlier positive, however negative. However, instead of exuding unity, strategic foresight, the summit decided to disarray. So actually what they should do, they should show the unity, they should show foresight, strategic foresight. Foresight means vision, future. But what happened? It descended, going down into disarray means disorder. It became mess. The G7 summit became mess. Multiple global flashpoints such as intensifying Russia-Ukraine conflict, Israel's relentless offensive in Gaza, and the complex Israel-Iran tensions received only fragmented attention. Because these three issues he is talking about: Russia-Ukraine conflict, Israel-Gaza, and again Israel-Iran. And this G7 is not completely involved into it. They are not finding out any solution. The G7 has given only fragmented is divided attention, part attention they gave. It did not give much attention. Much of the dysfunction stemmed from US. Why is this happening? It is because dysfunction, badly functioning. Much of the dysfunction is coming from US President Donald Trump and erratic conduct. Erratic is irregular. Because of this crazy Donald Trump conduct behavior, this is happening. From his abrupt means sudden. From his sudden suggestion to morph G7 into G9 by inviting Russia, China. What is he saying? Earlier only G7, only 7 countries are there. Now he is saying, let us include Russia, China also, make it G9. And from his abrupt suggestion to morph G7 into G9 by inviting Russia, China, to his refusal to endorse a joint statement criticizing Israel. See, one, he is suggesting this, G7 to G9. Another one is rejecting to support, endorse means support a joint statement criticizing Israel. He doesn't want to criticize Israel and is refusing to criticize Israel. And Trump's action drove a wedge between number states. Wedge is nothing but a point, breaking point. So because of Trump actions, other people are not able to take any action. Is a premature departure added insult to injury. And this Donald Trump, it seems he has quit early. He has left early. That added insult to injury. It became worse. Compelling means pressurizing the forum to issue a watered down chair summary rather than a unified communique. So all this G7 is not in a good mood because of Donald Trump. G7 is not doing what it is meant to do because of Donald Trump's actions. Let me read the 2 paragraphs also so that we'll get the answers. India invited as a part of the outreach initiative. Now, India also was invited for an outreach initiative, found itself on the periphery. India was invited, but it is on the periphery. Periphery means border, surface, not in depth. Prime Minister Modi's long all journey culminated in a single address. with few tangible outcomes. Narendra Modi has done long journey and it reached only little address, single address. It did not speak much, and few tangible outcome means result, tangible means concrete. Little result came because of Narendra Modi. Though a bilateral thaw with Canada's new administration hinted at a diplomatic repair, Canada's intransience means kind of stubborn on the Nijar issue and subtle barbs and transnational repression muddled the waters. Muddle means confused. Muddy the water. You remember muddy the water, same thing. And Narendra Modi went there because he was invited, India was invited, but what happened? India and Canada issue is there, and Canada is not happy because of Niger issue, and there is a issue and confusion is happening India, Canada. And last one, in essence means finally a summary. India must weigh whether attending future G7 summits is worth the candle or not. So India should think, should I attend next time G7 meeting or not? That's what India should think. Engaging in a forum where major concerns like terrorism are right. Now what is happening there? In G7, they are not talking about terrorism. Terrorism sideline. While veiled accusation fly under the radar may prove diplomatically counterproductive. They are not talking about the terrorism. So for India, terrorism is the issue. They are not talking. G7 is not talking about it. The government must assess whether optics alone justify such taxing engagements. Now let's see. What can be inferred about G7 effectiveness in addressing geopolitical crisis? It has consolidated its power by expanding membership? No. Did it become better by expanding membership? No. It acts as a cohesive. Cohesive means kind of clear, actually connected. Cohesive is nothing but connected. In grammar, paragraphs, we use cohesive. Not sure. It acts as a cohesive decision-making body, no. It struggles to find consensus. Consensus means agreement among the members. They're not getting consensus on content issues. Content issues means controversial issues. Controversial issues are there. They are not getting agreement. Means all people are not agreeing to it. It prioritizes outreach sessions over member discussions. Answer is third option. The G7 is not able to get proper voting on the major issues. What assumptions underlies the author's suggestion that India should consider attending future G7 summit? Why is author saying whether India should attend G7 or not? India can find better allies in BRICS and SCO. He did not mention. The G7 consistently supports India's diplomatic engagement must yield strategic gains, maybe. See, when you are using diplomatic engagement, it should produce results. Yield means produce. Canada will soon drop all allegations against India. They did not. Joint statements are irrelevant to Indian diplomacy. Answer 3 or 5. What can we take? Answer 3 or 5. Joint statements. Take 3. Diplomatic engagement should produce result. If India is going to G7, India should get benefit. If India is not getting benefit, why should India go to G7? Which of the following, if true, would most seriously weaken the author's argument that India's presence at the G7 was futile? Futile means fruitless, unsuccessful. Modi's address was widely praised by international media. No. India gained access to critical AI. Why AI came here? No. Canada cancelled its trade talks with India. Maybe. The chair's summary was largely ignored. Transnational repression was not discussed at all. What is transnational repression? Repression means suppression, anichvedam. Between two countries, some issue is there that can be considered here, like bilateral. Transnational repression was not discussed at all. So what can we take? 3 or 4 or 5? What can we take? Canada cancelled its talks with India, maybe. And he is saying weaken the argument. We require false, actually. Which is more false? Modi is culminated in singular address. Okay. Answer one or two more false. Not at all given. Which is not given? Modi addressed, okay. Critical AI, artificial intelligence, take 2, which is more false. Which of the following statements would strengthen the author's argument? Kind of more true. We require true here. The G7 plans to include more developing nations. G7 plans or Donald Trump wants? Actually, Donald Trump wants. India will host the next G20. No, India is thinking of bunking the G7. None of India's concerns were reflected in the final statement. Yes, they are not talking about terrorism. Canada apologized privately. US has committed to restoring full ties with India. Answer 3. What is the tone of the author? Celebratory, easy, celebrating. Optimistic, positive, no. Analytical, he has given analysis, then skeptical. Skeptical means doubtful, maybe. Indifferent, indifferent means insensitive. If the paper is difficult, we don't express anything. Indifferent, insensitive. Laudatory means appreciative. Laudatory, enthusiastic, positive, no. Sarcastic, humorous, humorous, no. You can take only 2. 2, 3 also okay, but take 2. Which of the following statements is true? G7 issued a declaration condemning Israel's actions. Canada reversed its stance on the Niger incident during summit. Canada did not reverse, it stayed. Modi had several bilateral meetings at the summit. Only with Canada, only bilateral meeting, right? President suggested including China and Russia in G7. Yes, 4th is absolutely correct. No need of reading next. Worth the candle. Worth the candle means worth doing it or not. Worth the time or effort or not. Anta time effort పెట్టాల్సిన అవసరం ఉందా లేదా? G7 కి వెళ్ళాల్సిన అవసరం ఉందా? Is it worth or not? So all the questions, all the sections are difficult for you today. Always expect the unexpected whenever you're dealing with a question paper. Be ready for surprises, no, shocks. Be ready for shocks. So worthy of celebration, significant, symbolically significant. Worth the effort or cost, missed opportunity, outdated, obsolete. Answer, worth the effort or cost. Now, what is given? Each sentence below contains one error. Error can be either wrongly used idiom or misspelled word, high-level word used incorrectly. Grammar error may be there, idiom error may be there, incorrectly used or spelling error will be there. Any kind of error will be there. She has a penchant. Penchant means what? Liking. Correct, whoever said. Penchant means liking, preference, partiality. We all have penchant for quant. Perhaps you are expecting quant. Quant is also easy or tough? Quant. Today's paper, entire paper is tough. Reasoning easy. Reasoning also tough. But you are all reasoning professors, right? You are all reasoning professors. If reasoning is last, 70% of the class would be vacant. Okay, penchant means liking, partiality. Underplay. Underplay is nothing but playing down the importance. Underestimating. Downplaying, minimizing. Kind of underestimate. Most of the people underestimate more, overestimate less. We most of the times discourage more, underestimate more, rather than overestimate or overplay. So she has a penchant for, she has a liking for exaggeration. Exaggeration means what? Make something more. చిన్నదాన్ని పెద్దగా చేయడం, make something bigger. Sometimes some people fight for smaller issues. Small issue they create into big. That is exaggeration. So she has a liking for exaggeration. Anybody has a penchant for exaggeration? Small thing you are creating big issue. Often underplaying the severity of situations. She has a liking for exaggeration, comma, often. Often means regularly. After regularly here, we are talking about she. She regularly is it underplays or just underplaying? She has a liking for exaggeration, often underplaying the severity of situations. Any error in the underplaying or not? Or no error? No error option is not there. You can eliminate often and check. She has a liking for exaggeration. Often underplays the severity of situations. Penchant correct, exaggeration correct. Answer is either 3 or 5. Severity, underplaying the severity correct. Severity, SCVERITY, spelling correct. So answer 3 or 5. Spelling wise correct, but word wise is it correct? She has a penchant for exaggeration, often underplaying the severity. Often underplay the severity or often underplays? Underplay or underplays? Take underplays, third option. If no error is there, we could have taken no error, but no error option not there. The CEO tried to save face. To save face, correct. By after by, ing, okay, by blaming subordinates, correct. The CEO tried to save face by blaming subordinates. A tactic. Tactic is nothing but a kind of strategy. A tactic that bolster is nothing but strengthen. ఇక్కడ strengthen reputation కాదు, saved reputation కదా. A tactic that see, he is talking about a past situation. CEO tried to save by his face by blaming subordinates. But a tactic, that means a tactic. The tactic bolsters his reputation. Bolsters. We're talking about tactic now here. Answer bolsters, not bolstered. That strategy regularly strengthens his reputation. The investor pulled out at the 11th hour. 11th hour means last minute. He pulled out at the 11th hour, last minute, leaving the startup to flush the cash. To flush with the cash. Keep to, leaving somebody to. I left them to decide the option. I'm not leaving you to decide the option. So leave somebody to. So to flush with cash. Answer 5. His arguments were full of non-sequiturs. Non-sequiturs is nothing but not related to the previous statement. Any statement, no connection with the above statement, not having any connection with the previous paragraph, that is called non-sequitur. Making a stance. Stance is nothing but opinion. More coherent. More coherent means clear and persuasive. Is a stance coherent? Argument cohesive. Argument can be cohesive. Cohesive means connected. And here we are talking about stance. Stance is opinion. Opinion clear and persuasive. Persuasive is convincing. The team was walking on eggshell. Walking on eggshell means careful. Team was walking on eggshells, unsure of how to deliver. How to deliver the reprimand. Reprimand is nothing but warning, scolding, criticizing. How to deliver the reprimand in a tactless way. Not reprimand, how to reprimand information. Sorry, how to deliver information or news. Team was very careful, not sure how to deliver. We deliver information or news rather than reprimand. We don't deliver scolding. Answer second one, word is wrong. Now, have you done this? Your silence is communicating the answer. His arguments were full of sound and fury. Fury means anger. Sound means loud. His arguments were full of sound and fury. Though they signified nothing of substance, okay. Though is used for what? To combine a positive, negative, negative, positive combination. Arguments were full of sound, fury, but they signified nothing of substance. Means it did not indicate any proper meaning, okay. Though she had nerves of steel, his arguments she not related. His arguments were full of sound and fury. A miracle investor appeared? No. A1D, okay. A1D option do we have? B2E, C3F. She weathered the storms. Weather the storm means survive the difficult period. Survive the difficult phase is weathering the storm. తుఫాన్ వచ్చింది, దాన్ని సర్వైవ్ అయ్యారు. COVID, you all experienced COVID, we all survived the COVID. We experienced the difficult period of our life. We weathered the storm. She weathered the storm. Though she had nerves of steel, no. Because she had nerves of steel, maybe. Because a miracle, no. We can take B2E. C3F, I'm checking. The proposal was dead in water unless a miracle investor appeared out of. Okay, answer 1 or 2. All appear okay, but grammatically any error? Fifth option. All except 4 means what? Oh, who is that intelligent person? Yeah, you can take fifth. See, C3F combination is there. Answer take 5. All except 4. Did you understand? First option is correct, second correct, third correct, fourth option is not correct. So therefore answer is 5. He tried to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but ended up doing a botched job on both fronts. But he never delivered on his bold claims. But the board rejected it. No. A1D or A1E, what can we take? Let's see. The entrepreneur was all hat and no cattle. Means only talking, no working. It was all hat and no cattle. As he never delivered on his bold claims. Okay. Hence he delivered. B2E or B3E. The entrepreneur was all hand and no cattle. Hence the board rejected it outright. No. The plan was full of holes. Hence the board rejected. C3F is absolutely correct combination. C3F. First one or second one? B2E, A1D. A1D. He tried to kill 2 birds with 1 stone but ended up doing a botched job. Botched job means bad job on both the fronts. Take 1. A1D, C3F. Stoop means bending down. Bending down in moral values. I never thought that he would stoop down and take bribe. He had to stoop to enter the low doorway. Bend or bow or lower. Don't stoop to his level. Maintain your dignity. Correct. He stooped the suitcase. He bent the suitcase onto the table. No. He kept the suitcase. She had to stoop, bend down in order to enter the low doorway. Yes. AC correct answer. Second option. Conviction means what? Strong determination, strong commitment. You can take belief. Strong belief is conviction. Do you have a conviction to practice every day until you get the job? His conviction in the court led to a sentence of 5 years? Maybe. His strong belief made a punishment of 5 years. He spoke with such conviction that everyone was moved. Moved means surprise or some sort of emotional movement happened. The leader's political conviction inspired the youth. Answer. Fourth option. That's all for now. Thank you.